welcome to Dialogue. This year marks the 10th anniversary of the Belt and Road Initiative and also the China-Pakistan Economic Corridor. What has been achieved over the past decade? How significant is the economic corridor to Pakistan and also the region? And how will the project further expand under China's continuing modernization? To find out more, I'm glad to be joined by Ahsan Iqbal, former Federal Minister for Planning and Development of Pakistan, and also co-chair of the Joint Cooperation Committee of the China-Pakistan Economic Corridor. That's our topic. I'm Xu Qinduo. This year marks the 10th anniversary of the Belt and Road Initiative. You were the Minister of Pakistan for Planning and Special Initiatives, deeply involved in the CPEC, the flagship project of BRI. Tell us your understanding of BRI. What is the BRI? It is about connectivity, it's about infrastructure projects. What is the essence?
Thank you very much. First of all, I would like to compliment President Xi Jinping for presenting a very transformational idea of Belt and Road Initiative. As you know, that Belt and Road Initiative is the 21st century Silk Route that connects countries not just in Asia, Europe, but also through its maritime route, it connects Africa and other continents. Connectivity has been the most important pillar of human civilization for economic and social development. Through connectivity, ideas have traveled. Through connectivity, goods and trade has taken place. Belt and Road Initiative, I think, has come at a time when global economy was suffering from major crisis and slowdown. Through Belt and Road Initiative, the investments that have taken place, these investments have created new opportunities in many developing countries. Through connectivity, new markets are being formed. And when you have new markets, you have more demand. And that is a catalyst for growth. So not just connectivity brings new demand, it also connects those areas and regions which have remained underdeveloped for lack of connectivity. So Belt and Road Initiative to me is not just a project involving infrastructure. It is not just a project involving some energy projects, but it has a very socio-economic transformational impact through which we have seen lives of millions of people being transformed. So in Pakistan, when we started China-Pakistan Economic Corridor in 2013, Pakistan was suffering from major energy crisis. We had power shortages for 16 to 18 hours per day. We had major infrastructural bottlenecks with very poor physical infrastructure. And because of lack of electricity, energy was not there, and industrial and agricultural production was suffering, which meant there was more unemployment, which was a leader for contributor towards more poverty. So through China-Pakistan Economic Corridor, in 3 years, more than $25 billion of investment came into Pakistan that made our infrastructure modern. It created new roads to connect many regions which were not very developed in the past. It provided more than 8,000 megawatts of new power that helped us overcome the power shortages that we were facing. So as we had energy in the economy, our agriculture output also improved, our industrial output also improved, which brought more employment for thousands and thousands of young people. And it also helped them come out of poverty. So it has had a very transformational impact in Pakistan.
Well, you talked about the CPEC, the importance of CPEC to Pakistan. So, I mean, in the BRI, the initiative is quite inclusive. It's not only about the connectivity, as you said, it's also about human development. And for Pakistan, there's also a free zone, Gwadar free zone. It's about industrial development, industrial growth, aiming for, future plan of the country.
Not only there is a free zone in Gwadar, but under Belt and Road Initiative's flagship project, China-Pakistan Economic Corridor, we have identified 9 special economic zones in Pakistan, which are located in different regions of Pakistan, so that all regions are taking part and taking benefit from China-Pakistan Economic Corridor, which is another indicator that it is a very inclusive project. It does not leave anyone behind. So through these 9 economic zones, we are attracting those investments from China which are relocating to other countries because the labor cost in China has increased. By relocating to countries or destinations where cost of production is low, they can still keep their global competitiveness to export more. And we are now working with China to set up industries in these special economic zones through which both Pakistan and China can work together and export to third countries. So Gwadar Economic Zone is developing very fast, but in addition to that, 9 more economic zones are being developed in Pakistan, in which we hope that investment that will come from China will help us in do industrialization. That will be a major contributor towards structural transformation of the economy. It will create more jobs, and most importantly, Pakistan needs to improve its export performance. And we hope that with the Chinese technology, investment, know-how, and their access to global supply chains, we will be able to improve our exports as well.
Export as well. Minister, you earlier mentioned about this energy shortage problem, faced by your country. What is the situation now, with the building, the construction we know of, fire power plants as well as hydropower plants? So is the situation, how has it improved for the people and for the business?
In 2013, we had 16 to 18 hours of power shortages. But with the 8,000 megawatts under CPEC and another 3,200 megawatts, which government of Pakistan did on its own, we were able to add more than 11,000 megawatts of new power generation in 5 years from 2013 to 2018. So by 2018, there was zero power shortage in Pakistan. We had enough power to produce for our needs. So CPEC was instrumental in solving the energy problem that Pakistan faced. It was critical. It provided critical investment to help Pakistan overcome its power shortages. But another important element of investments in energy sector is that there was a very balanced portfolio that was developed under CPAC. There are hydel projects that are underway. Hydel projects take 6 to 8 years for completion because these are big 700 to 900 megawatt projects that require 6 to 8 hours, 6 to 8 years for completion. And Pakistan needed energy very fast because, as you know, I mentioned 16 to 18 hours, we had no power. So for that, we targeted coal-based power plants, which could be done in 2 years. Not only that we set up coal imported power plants, but Pakistan was sitting with a huge coal reserve, which is good for 400 years. If we produce 10,000 megawatts of power every year, this reserve of coal in Sindh province is good to provide power for 400 years. We could not develop it because Pakistan lacked the financing and Pakistan lacked the technology. So under CPAC, we were able to attract Chinese investment and technology. And today that area, which was very underdeveloped area, has become a developed area. Billions of dollars of investments have gone there. And we are producing the cheapest electricity from the Thar coal. And for the coal plants, we made sure that every plant provided certification from Environment Protection Agency. So CPEC investments were also green investments that they ensured that we are able to preserve the environment and the emissions are under control. And most of these plants were based on supercritical technology, which is a very superior technology for efficient use of coal to not pollute the environment. Similarly, we had hundreds of millions of investment and many hundreds of megawatts for renewable energy, solar energy, as well as wind energy. So CPEC has provided Pakistan a very balanced portfolio from renewables to coal to hydel. And as a result, Pakistan today is self-sufficient in power generation. Our big challenge now is to see how we can move next in the next phase from fossil fuel or the imported fuel to solar energy, which is more indigenous. Now, government of Pakistan has started an initiative for 10,000 megawatt solar energy. So in the next phase of CPEC, we are hoping that we will target green energy and we will be promoting solar investments in Pakistan in large scale.
The potential of having this region, of 300 million people becoming a regional, economic network of strong growth. Is that what you mean? Recently you talked about CPEC as a game changer for Pakistan and for this region.
I think the future of economic development lies in regional cooperation. And as we see that the world is also coming more and more networked and integrated, there is a need for greater collaboration rather than polarization or conflicts. So if we can create connectivity in this part of the world, as I said, South Asia, China, Central Asia, and Middle East has more than 3 billion people living in this region. So we can create an economic market, economic network for trade, for commerce, for collaboration in agriculture, in industry, in service sector, in technology. And this can be a huge benefit for the people living in this region. Therefore, I think CPEC and BRI are programs of future, and they are programs for the future of 3 billion people who can realize the dream of shared prosperity of humanity coming together to eliminate poverty, to eliminate unemployment by working together through collaboration of creating this network of projects and different infrastructure projects to connect these economic markets, and also people-to-people contact that will take place under the umbrella of Belt and Road Initiative.
The Chinese new proposals for the next stage of CPEC, very ambitious visions for the, in 5 aspects about the corridors. If you think about it, very encouraging. But what does that mean? What does it require for Pakistan, like for the young population, to prepare in order to make good use of this opportunity, either investment from China or investment from Saudi Arabia or other countries to spur the growth of this of Pakistan?
I think in Pakistan, we have to focus first and foremost on ensuring an environment of peace, stability, and continuity of policies. We have a very young population, and this young population is now getting education and skills in information technology and in other skills that are relevant to future economy. This human resource provides a very economical human resource for in the investments in industry and in technology sector particularly. So government of Pakistan has launched a very ambitious program of 5 E's, which will stabilize Pakistan's economy. Pakistan in the past few years faced some challenges due to the pandemic, Ukraine war, and some economic policies of the previous government that was in government, which did not continue the policies from the past. But now we have restored the confidence of the business community. We are following the policies initiated in 2013 with full force and vigor. We have completed the unfinished projects. So we think that now Pakistan needs to have a 5E framework for its future. And government of Pakistan in 2023 August launched a major 5E initiative that focuses on developing export potential of Pakistan, that focuses on developing e-Pakistan, which is the IT potential of Pakistan by improving the infrastructure and giving skills to our youth for IT economy. Three, environment. We face water and food security challenges because we are the most vulnerable country on climate change. Last year, Pakistan suffered from a major climate disaster, which cost it more than $31 billion in damages and in losses. So we are now focusing on a new Green Revolution 2.0, to upgrade our agriculture production with investments in modern ways of farming, in investments in new seeds, which are weather resistant and which can endure the challenges of climate change. Similarly, how to conserve water, because we will be again water stressed country in future because of the climate change. So that is another area where we are focusing. The fourth area is energy sector, which is very critical for our economy. And we are, as I mentioned before, investing in renewable energies to lessen and eliminate our dependence on imported fuel. We will rely more on the solar energy, and simultaneously we are working for improving efficiency and affordability of power and energy in Pakistan. Fifth area relates to equity and empowerment. We are also targeting the underdeveloped areas with accelerated development. Now, government has started a program for the 20 poorest districts of Pakistan, and we have a plan to bring them at par on national average in next 5 to 7 years. Similarly, we are targeting empowerment of women and youth in the economy. No economy can improve unless more than 50% of its female are working in the economy. So we have, again, we are working on plans to empower women and youth for the future economy. So government of Pakistan has an ambitious 5E framework, and we feel that CPEC and BRI, and particularly Global Development Initiative of President Xi, these provide a perfect fit. This is our own need and requirement to benefit from Belt and Road Initiative and Global Development Initiative. And I would also like to say that this is something which comes from the value of sharing. I think what we really compliment and appreciate is that China, while it is achieving prosperity for its people, also wants to share its experiences, its benefits with other people so that they also develop along with China. So this spirit and this collaboration for shared prosperity is really commendable and very visionary. And I would like to compliment President Xi Jinping and Chinese leadership for having such a transformational vision.
Minister, you earlier talked about, there are 9 free zones in Pakistan. I wonder how are they attracting foreign direct investment right now?
I think we need now, we will have elections in the country in month of January, and we are hopeful after we return back to government and there is a stable government, the government will actively promote foreign direct investment. What our government, before completing its term, did was we set up a special investment facilitation council, SIFC. Now, this SIFC is a one-step solution for all the foreign direct investments. In the past, we used to hear complaints from the foreign investors that they used to suffer red tape at the hands of the bureaucrats. So this SIFC brings all the government agencies, all the government branches, whether federal or provincial, whether civil or military, under one roof. So every foreign direct investment will have all the solution at one place under one roof. And this will also not only provide them easy entry into markets, but also be responsible to making sure that our foreign direct investments are protected and our investors do not face any problems at the hands of any government department or any government branch. So this SIFC is a very new initiative that government of Pakistan has undertaken, and we hope that it will encourage foreign investors to come to Pakistan. Why? Because Pakistan is fifth biggest population in the world. With 240 million people, it is the fifth largest market in the world. It has 60 to 80 million people of middle class range. So it is much bigger in size than many European countries with their GDPs. The 60 to 80 million middle class is a very sizable market. Then, as I said, Pakistan is very strategically located. It has a very well developed financial sector. It has a very well developed technology sector, and it has a very good, well trained human resource. So these are all the attractions that no major foreign investor or multinational kind of company that looks at the global market can ever afford to ignore.
Well, Minister, let's take a look at another issue. Of course, we heard of the rumors. Basically, I think people understand that the rumors basically to tarnish or demonize the BRI because of geopolitical tensions. But there's for some countries like Pakistan, there is a debt issue. The debt, for example, reconstruction, restructure, with IMF negotiation, and also the Chinese side. So, what is the situation now, and what's the best way to deal with that? We understand that obviously the virus over the past 3 years, the pandemic, and also interest increase, for example, in the U.S. Yes, they are making the situation more challenging for a lot of countries.
Well, you see, the problems that Pakistan faced were not because of CPEC. Rather, they were the result because the previous government, which came after 2018, did not promote CPEC enough. I think if they had promoted CPEC enough, we would have seen a lot of progress in industrial cooperation. So slow progress on CPEC actually contributed towards slowing down of economy. Then we had pandemic, and also Ukraine war has compounded the difficulties of countries like Pakistan with very high prices of commodities, and particularly oil prices going very high, gas prices going very high. So all they have created problems for Pakistan's economy. None of these problems has anything to do with CPEC or BRI, because most of the investments that came to Pakistan under CPEC were at very concessional rate. So Pakistan has no debt burden of CPEC. I want to be very categorically clear on that, and I want to deny that Pakistan suffers any debt problem because of CPEC. Rather, CPEC has helped Pakistan get investments at very attractive terms to upgrade its infrastructure and to meet its energy needs, to overcome the energy deficit that we were having. So Pakistan looks forward to now new projects to start after we have elections in January. New government will be there. And with that, I think we will be seeing a lot of new activity in the phase second of CPEC.
Well, Minister, as we talked about, China sharing experience or its development path, we are having this third Belt and Road Forum for international cooperation. So what's to expect for this big gathering?
Yeah, I think this is a very welcome event that is happening at a very big historic milestone of completion of 10 years. And as I said, under Belt and Road Initiative, Pakistan is very proud to present China-Pakistan Economic Corridor as a flagship project of Belt and Road Initiative. And we are offering lessons that we have learned in the success of CPEC with other BRI member countries. And now we look forward to the second phase of BRI and CPEC which will bring more collaboration in areas of agriculture, in areas of socio-economic development, in areas of information technology. Digital technology is an area in which China has developed leadership, and many developing countries have to learn from the applications of digital technology from China. That is another area where we can learn. And similarly, countries like Pakistan and many developing countries can learn how China was able to transform its rural economy, how China was able to root out poverty for millions of people from China. So that will be a big source of help and support to these countries. So I think there should be some mechanism now set up through which we can have more sharing of knowledge and sharing of ideas among the BRI member countries so that they can learn from each other's experiences and they can share their experiences with other countries. So this knowledge sharing can be, I think, very important tool.
Thank you, Minister. Thank you for speaking with us. With that, we come to the end of today's show. Many thanks to our guest, Minister Iqbal. You can also find us on the CGTN app on YouTube. I'm Xu Qinduo. Thanks for being with us. See you next time.